dollar bill, yo.
What's up, guys? Crowfall is getting ready to come out in the next few days, and I figured it was time to do an updated CYBERBULLIES recruitment video. CYBERBULLIES is my guild in Crowfall, and we are planning on focusing on purely ganking and economy efforts in the game. Nothing else. So throughout the beta, my guild has sort of pivoted on the different things we've tried to do throughout the last year and a half. We've done things ranging from playing as a faction to super small per player efficiency to the point to where we actually won a couple of campaigns through sheer efficiency. And luckily we did play in the beta, so we kind of have an idea of what we want to focus on and what we think the game, what we think is most fun to focus on as a guild. So before I talk about what we want to do, I want to talk about what we're not. So this is not a streamer guild. This is not a guild that you join because you want to run around with Zyback or whoever and just run around as a big group doing whatever. That's not what this guild is. This is not a new player focused guild. Yes, we will have new players, and yes, I plan on streaming it, but that is not the focus of the guild. You can stream, just try and do it intelligently. Don't make yourself like the easiest target in the world. I plan on streaming myself, but that is not a focus of the guild. This is not an influencer, entertainment guild by any means. This is a very real guild that is trying to do ganking and economy better than anyone else. This is not a guild if you are looking to run around in large groups, quote unquote, roaming. That is not really something we do. We don't really, we don't just put together a 6-man group and just go run around the world looking for people. That's a pretty inefficient, unfun way to play the game, at least in my opinion. If you have 6 other friends and you want to do that, cool. But as in terms of like that being an official event that we regularly do, doubtful. Doubtful we'll ever do anything like that. We try to keep the groups as small as possible and as efficient as possible to have as wide of a coverage on the world. Because running around in big groups, killing people that are in 1 or 2-man groups, honestly, it's just not very fun, so we don't do it. Another thing we're not going to do is we are not going to have a guild crafting pipeline or guild crafting agenda. A lot of guilds craft their own gear internally, and they have their own like harvesting and crafting spreadsheets and agendas and whatnot that they are trying to do. We aren't doing that at all. If you want to do that on your own, great. But a guild with our size, with the people that are more ganking oriented, it's really just not efficient for us to try and spin that up because other guilds are going to do it better, and it's more efficient for us to just buy it from them. They're better at it, they're faster at it, they're more set up for it. We're more set up for ganking people, they're more set up for making gear. Economies of scale, it just makes more sense to buy that stuff. We've had very little issues buying gear in the beta, and in the full release of the game, the economy is going to be much more robust, so I don't think we're going to have any issues there. So now that you know what we're not, here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a ganking network where we can quickly scout out targets and deploy the minimum amount of people to take the targets out quickly. We want to have wide coverage across the maps. We want to have characters everywhere. We want to have people everywhere to where somebody can go to a war tribe camp, see 3 people at that war tribe camp farming, post in Discord, the nearest guy jumps to that guy where he's at in the world, those 2 guys kill those 3 guys, and bada bing, bada boom. It's a very quick process of scouting the target, getting the minimum amount of people to that place that need to be there to kill those people, and then dispersing. That's what we want to do. We want to have a very quick, efficient system for that, and we want to have players that are interested in that kind of gameplay, that are interested in, in those small, minimum viable groups, and just having a bunch of people like that. We think that'll be fun. We have a small group of people like that now, and we just want to recruit more people that are like that. So what that means is that you need to be capable of being self-sufficient. That might mean that certain classes that you play, that you like, aren't viable for this guild a lot of the time because you're going to be in 1 to 2-man groups. It's very likely that you'll be by yourself, even if we have 10 people online. We might have 10 people online and all 10 of those people are out in their own little spot on the map doing their own things until it is necessary for a group to be formed to take out whoever, and then everybody splits up and does their own thing again. What I'm trying to really hammer home here is that we're not just running around in big groups for the sake of it. We're trying to have wide coverage an efficient ganking and PvP. That's what we're going for here. So, next up, we have no mandatory activities in the guild. However, there's also no official, like, scheduled events. There's not any, like, hard events where it's like, hey, at 5 p.m. Eastern, you know, us and the boys are gonna go cut down trees. Like, that's just not something. We're not gonna have a keep. We're not gonna do forts. Outside of helping KGV, which, you know, that's where you're gonna get the fort and keep action if you so desire. We don't have any hard guild activities. The goal is to kind of set up systems to where people can kind of just jump in and jump out as they please. And with the nature of a ganking economy guild, it's not like we need a critical mass of people to jump on and do stuff. It's just not as mandatory. So it's a little bit more laid back in that way. So yeah. And finally, we are alt account friendly or spy friendly, or however you want to say that. If you are in another guild and you want to be in Cyberbullies too, we are 100% okay with that and understand. And honestly, we're the best guild for you. Why? Because Cyberbullies is the perfect place to be if you are in a big alliance on your main account and you've got your secret little alt account and you want to gank the people you don't like in your alliance. Go for it, man. Cyberbullies is the best place for it. And even if you're not like a ganking with malice like that, the reality of a lot of these big alliances in games like Crowfall is that even if you're not officially allied with somebody, there's times where you're unofficially allied or you have do not kill lists. And honestly, if you're the type of, you know, ganking person, that kind of red tape of, well, we're not allied with these guys, but they're helping us this campaign, so don't kill these guys until next campaign, or, you know, don't kill these guys because they're whatever. That amount of red tape, honestly, if you're the ganking type, is so annoying. It's annoying to keep track of. So, Cyberbullies, hey man, we're the perfect guild if you have your secret little account where you just want to gank people efficiently, and if it's red, it's dead, and that's what you care about. Dude, there's no better place than Cyberbullies, and we're not going to judge you if you don't talk or you use voice modification or anything like that. However, obviously, if you're a hassle to play with and you just don't want to talk and that becomes annoying for other people to group with you, you may not have people group with you. So that is something that if you are interested in having your little secret account in this guild, go for it, dude. You can join up. We don't care. Now on to the economy aspect of the game. In terms of the economy, all we're keeping it simple. All we're going to do is we're going to try to become the market leaders for a few select items in the game. Right now, that's a little bit in flux, but essentially, we are planning to sell items that other guilds would not want to sell, and items that we have an easy time acquiring, just being ganker types and being types that are out in the world playing the classes we're going to play. There's going to be items that a group like ours can more easily get compared to other groups. So what we're going to do is we're going to compile all those items as a group and sell them collectively. Why? Because then you become a market leader and you become a source that people can turn to when they need that item because you have the inventory and the stock of that item. And also, it's a matter of efficiency. When everybody is individually trying to sell their own goods, there's just a lot of wasted time and inventory management. So we as a guild, a lot of us just collectively put all our stuff together in a pot and we sell it as a guild rather than having to do all that individually. However, this is 100% optional. If you want to sell your own stuff, great. If you don't trust giving your stuff to the guild and getting paid back later, that's totally understandable too, but it's just a kind of a convenience thing that we've done in the past and we've had really good success with. So yeah. Anyway, in closing, you may be saying, why do I need a guild to do this? Like, why? That's it? Like, that's your guild? You're just going to gank people and you're just going to have like a chat room of gankers? That's what you're doing? Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going to do that, and we're hopefully going to do that really, really well. We want to have a network of gankers from hopefully all kinds of guilds. That's the magic of this, is that you might see Winterblade Cyberbullies, you might see Death Cyberbullies, you might see, well, you might not know that that's what they are, but that's who they'll be. And we've already got some people that are very, very much interested in having their secret accounts in this guild and not having any red tape and getting to strictly play the if it's red, it's dead game. So that should be very fun. But yeah, we are not focusing on anything else but this. If we get 200 active players, we're not going to get keeps. Like keeps and forts, that is not something that our guild as a guild will be focusing on. We will be allied with Knights of the Golden Vessel, who will be playing the more traditional like keep, siege, fort game. So if you do want to participate in that kind of stuff, you have an avenue to do that. I'll be doing that as well. Like I'm going to like, you know, I'm gonna take place. You know, I'm gonna fight in the sieges with them and do the forts and whatnot. But it's not a focus, right? We have no real skin in the game. We just kind of get to show up and kick ass and leave. Like that's all we're gonna do. So we have zero interest in forts, zero interest in keeps. Never gonna happen. If you're interested in that and you want to join this guild, you'll never see cyberbullies with a keep, dude. Never gonna happen. So yeah, that's what this guild is about. If you are interested in a guild like this, just join through the guild UI. We have it open recruitment. It doesn't matter how hardcore or casual you are. Luckily, the thing with a guild like this is it really doesn't matter how much you play. You can kind of just jump in, jump out. As I said earlier, there's going to be people that, you know, their main account is in another guild, and this is going to just be their bullshitter character is going to be in this guild. So, doesn't really matter, man. This guild, as I said earlier, is not going to be a very new player-friendly guild, but we're obviously aware of the fact that there's getting ready to be a ton of brand new players jumping into this game. So there's going to be new players, and we're going to help new players, but just don't expect people to drop what they're doing and follow you around because you got rolled by a group of people. It's just not going to happen. You're going to get killed out in the world. Just don't expect a whole bunch of people to bodyguard for you, because that's just not what this guild does. There are other guilds that do that like to run around in big groups. That is not us. We want the smallest, most efficient groups possible. That's what we're going for. So if you're interested, join up in game through the guild UI, join our Discord, and just get in and start talking, man. Or don't, dude. You don't have to be social. You can just come in and kill, just log in and be antisocial and kill a couple guys in the forest and log out. Great. Or, you know, you can actually, you know, talk and meet some like-minded players, and maybe you'll have some fun too. So, you know, whatever. Who gives a shit, right? It's not that serious, but it can be if you want it to be. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in game.